Today, I want to talk about the massive AMC price targets from various Wall Street analysts. 5 different analysts have just massively increased their price targets to well over $100 per share, all in advance of the reverse split, which is likely going through very, very soon. So stay tuned and let's make some money. And now I'll dive straight in with the key information. So, Bigham's tweeted about a story in 3 different parts, because AMC just had its price target raised by the Goldman Sachs group from $160 to $175 per share. Also saying the Goldman Sachs group now magically has a buy rating for the stock. Interestingly, it also says several other research analysts also recently weighed in on AMC as well, and Wedbush have reiterated their underperform rating and issued a $2 price target. So right now we've got some analysts predicting a $2 price target, but with some analysts predicting $175 per share pre-split. And according to MarketBeat, the company currently has a consensus rating of hold and a consensus target price of $36 per share pre-split. So basically Goldman Sachs is expecting AMC to hit $175 per share pre-split or over $1,000 per share post-split. And again, the consensus is $36 per share pre-split or over $300 per per post-split. Again, this screenshot shows it's not just Goldman Sachs, as there's 5 separate analyst ratings. The highest prediction is $175 per share, the lowest prediction is 50 cents per share, and the average prediction is $36 per share, all pre-split. Cat Striker added saying, why is their narrative suddenly changing so drastically to a $175 price target? And she said on top of that, why is the mainstream media all over it publicising this new target price? As we all said long ago, I believe many of these institutions are going to try and take the viewpoint that they were always right and they knew AMC was always going to squeeze. When the AMC squeeze happens, they'll refer back to this article where Goldman Sachs says, yep, we knew it was going to happen. That's why we set a $175 price target. They'll say we knew it was coming and we predicted it way before these retail investors. And it was us, the institutions, that caused the squeeze and not those retail investors. This article says the Goldman Sachs Group, a renowned financial institution, recently raised the AMC price target from $160 to $175. This significant increase in the price target indicates Goldman Sachs' bullish outlook on a stock, and investors and market participants eagerly await the implications of this upward revision and how it may influence the stock's future performance. When the squeeze happens, they'll say, yep, we caused the squeeze by predicting this massively increased price target. We were just telling investors what the price really should be, and that's how the squeeze happened. Not to do with those retail investors who were likely committing crimes. Again, as I said, these institutions and mainstream media are always going to try and take the viewpoint that they are right and that we are wrong. And Bigham's also tweeted this article saying the AMC drama is exposing risks in the $11 trillion world of indexing. He said wild moves in meme shares like AMC are roiling the ETF markets. And due to the scale of swings, fund plumbing is leading to unintended exposures. Again, this is likely what Goldman Sachs will blame the squeeze on. They'll say we knew the squeeze was coming, we predicted it, and we know the squeeze is as a result of these ETFs taking unintended exposures. They'll say all those synthetic shares were created accidentally by these ETF reshufflings and couldn't possibly be any illegal crimes. Also guys, you can currently get a guaranteed free share of Tesla and a cash reward which you could always use to buy more shares of AMC, GameStop or a vape. All you have to do is sign up to Moomoo using the link in the description below and make the required qualifying temporary deposit. Signing up to Moomoo is really easy, it's free and just requires a temporary deposit, and it's a really great way to help out the channel and to support me as well. And on top of that, Moomoo is really easy to use. They've got tons of technical indicators and advanced charting tools and their own options trading platform. On top of that, America has also tweeted the special masters fees for the AMC lawsuit. We can see for the months of April, May and June, the special masters and their associated attorneys and lawyers have raked in well over $500,000 worth of costs. America added saying, remember, Allegheny holds only 879 shares. The total from this invoice alone is about 58 times the value of the lead plaintiff's AMC position. Again, just confirming my theory that these plaintiffs are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, on a lawsuit where they're only holding a few $1,000s of shares. It really does not make sense that they are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, on something worth so little money to them. As I suggested all along, this really just proves the plaintiff's entire plan was to try and delay the AMC split. When you're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, on a settlement that's only going to be worth a few $1,000s, things just really don't add up. Now, America also found something really interesting in one of the latest AMC lawsuit filings. He said in this letter is a proposed, let me say that again, proposed and unsigned motion to dismiss the lawsuit with prejudice. He said, I'm not going to interpret beyond that, but just read what's written. In this unsigned letter from Vice Chancellor Morgan Zern, Action 22 says the action is hereby dismissed in its entirety and with prejudice. The parties are to bear their own costs, except as otherwise provided in this order and final judgment. Now, there's a lot of confusing evidence going around with this lawsuit at the moment, and I actually really don't know whether the settlement will go through, whether it will be thrown out in its entirety, or whether it will be delayed further still. What I do know is that the AMC conversion and reverse split is absolutely happening, it's just a matter of time. And Bigham's added, saying as an update on the settlement, if approved, AMC will notify the New York Stock Exchange. They then have a 10-day countdown period until the split. It says in this letter, plaintiffs understand, however, that even if the proposed settlement is promptly approved, AMC still must make a regulatory filing with the New York Stock Exchange to give the exchange approximately 10 business days notice of any reverse split, which it has not yet done pending resolution of the proposed settlement. And therefore it's likely when the settlement goes through, or if the lawsuit is thrown out in its entirety, there will then be just 10 business days until the AMC conversion and reverse split. Which again is good to see that when this lawsuit is finally done and dealt with, the conversion and reverse split will be happening very soon indeed. Which is also really interesting, as we just had notification of yet another potential bank collapse or bank bailout. The Cabesi letter tweeted saying Bank of California is in advanced talks to buy PacWest Bancorp. You may remember PacWest Bancorp was one of those banks tied up in that March banking crisis where the stock fell over 90%. And after announcing they're in advanced talks to sell the bank, shares are down 27% and have been halted multiple times. They added, saying only in 2023 does an acquisition announcement tank your stock price. I believe the reason why the price of this stock is obviously tanking is likely because if the deal doesn't go through, PacWest Bancorp will likely end up collapsing as well. It will be just another bank to add to the list of banks that have already collapsed so far in 2023. Again, suggesting the banking crisis is not over and we may be entering the second wave of this banking crisis. I think if we start seeing more banks fail, it's going to absolutely destroy the S&P 500, likely causing the squeeze. But guys, be sure to let me know what you think down in the comments below. And as always guys, be sure to ding that notification bell, because that way you'll be alerted when I upload a new video. Cheers.